Hey guys, um, sorry for my terrible guitar playing. Recently this year, maybe the end of last year, I decided to take up guitar playing. I had a couple guitars as a kid, and always liked guitars. I always liked guitar playing. But I wanted to really make an effort into learning how to play guitar. Yes, I realize I'm 43 years old, but I really love it. And I have actually fallen deeply in love with guitars. I think they're really awesome. I've even started to make them, which I will show you guys at some point. Um, but the reason I'm making this video um, is to say for, you know, obviously I've not been making videos, reels, uh, shorts, whatever you call them, um, and or any other videos, because over the past couple months, I've felt a lot more stiffness in my hips develop again. And at first, I started to feel some discomfort and around my right hip, which is the hip I had an operation on. So I dialed back my training quite a bit. Um, in all intents and purposes, pretty much ever stopped it. I'll tell you where I'm going with this. A couple weeks ago, I started to develop pain, real sharp pain, in my other hip, my left
Oh
hip.
no.
I'm suspecting that it's probably kind of the similar process, which was osteoarthritis. Um, could be other something else or something related to it that's not directly osteoarthritis. Because of that, I've had to kind of put any martial arts training on hold for indefinitely until I get everything checked out. I've already seen my primary and requested a referral to uh, the orthopedic surgeon. They're going to try to get me to the one who did my first hip, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so I, for some time have been kind of working on mixing music. First, kind of started off with like the AI music stuff, and then it slowly worked into actually, you know, mixing real music on a DAW and stuff like that. It's a lot of work. It's very challenging, but I have really fallen in love with it, and which is strange because I never really thought about doing that up until like the past year. So um, it's just something that I really enjoy now, and I feel like it's a great way to express myself. I've been a poet for over 30 years now, since I was a teenager, and have written pretty much three notebooks full of poems and stuff, and have always wanted to turn them into songs, and now I am. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I may eventually reveal what my artist name is because it's not my actual name. I did that for a couple of reasons, but mainly just because I thought um, I wanted to have like a separate identity for that. I also fell in love with guitars, like I said, and have been learning about how they work, how to build them, how to set them up. I really love doing it. To me, it's almost given me kind of like a new purpose, and has given me a way to explore, myself and my patience and my tolerance, because it's very challenging. Um, I've primarily started off with kit builds and stuff like that, although I've upgraded a lot of the components. Um, so they're a lot better. Obviously have my own guitars. This is my first Les Paul style guitar. It's obviously it is not a Gibson or a Epiphone. I do have an Epiphone, and I'll probably show that to you guys at some point. I'm in this process of learning, and it's definitely very challenging, frustrating at times. In some ways, I feel like it's going to take me forever to learn this stuff. But then I think back, a few months ago, I really didn't know too much about this. So, need to keep working on it, need to keep striving to get it done. And I will. So, and hopefully get this hip thing taken care of. I'm not exactly sure when this go up, but I will leave a. If you're interested in this particular brand of Les Paul guitars, I will put a link to them in my description for the video, and you can check those out. Great guitars. I got it off Amazon, maybe $200, if that, and it's really nice. I've changed the strings on it. Let's see what style strings I put in here. These are Ernie balls. I put Ernie ball strings in it. Most of the strings I do use though are D'Addario. I haven't really changed anything else on this guitar because it actually plays really nicely. I might eventually change, the tuners and stuff, and the you know, bridge and stuff. Everything's really nice. I mean, it's intonated very nicely. Um, these are microphonic humbuckers. You can tell just by tapping on them. It picks up the sound. Um, but I mean, it's a nice Chinese made guitar. Um, I don't this it doesn't have the Gibson logo on it, so it's not a Chipson. Although I think some people call all Chinese made guitars Chipsons, with the exception of Epiphone, because they're the only ones licensed to actually make real Les Pauls. Um, but yeah, beautiful guitar, and I'm really enjoying it. And I've made some of my own, which I'll show you guys. And I hope you enjoy. And once I get this hip thing situated, I'll start posting more on um, more of my training again. It is what it is. I also wonder if I should change the name of my channel, keeping it Tao of the Warrior when it's, kind of transitioning a little bit more into guitars and stuff like that. Maybe it's probably for the best, or maybe, keep it Tao of the Warrior and, include both of them all in that framework. So I hope you guys are doing well and have a good one. Bye.